Corroboree frog. The southern corroboree frog, or the Paseriforme corroboree, is a small black and yellow frog species. The corroboree frog is part of the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordate, class Amphibia, family Mitochondria, and genus Paseriforme. The corroboree frog is found in the cold subalpine regions of Kosciuszko National Park in southern New South Wales and only occurs between 1,300 and 1,760 metres above sea level. Corroboree frog's habitat is in the small bogs, ponds and wet grasslands of the Kosciuszko National Park. These areas include sphagnum bogs, wet tussock grasslands and wet heath and fens. The corroboree frog has a small but important role in the ecosystem. One of its roles is that as a tadpole, it eats algae in the pond it lives in. This keeps the water clean and allows light to travel to the plant at the bottom of the pond. Another role the corroboree frog has in its ecosystem is that when it gets eaten by a feral animal, which is one of the reasons of its decline, that the animal becomes sick and possibly dies, helping to keep the population of feral animals low and therefore helping the native animals thrive. Another effect on the ecosystem that it has is because of its toxic skin. It deters predators such as snakes away from itself and therefore other species of frogs, keeping the population high. Being a carnivore, it also plays a part in keeping the population of the insects it feeds on in check. If the corroboree frog becomes extinct, one of the first effects on the ecosystem will be that the algae eaten by the tadpoles will grow and cover the surface of the pond that the tadpoles used to live in. This will greatly affect the plant species because they will get no sunlight and can't photosynthesize, so they will die. Since these plants are one of the producers in the area, many of the primary consumers will then run out of food and decline, which will cause secondary consumers to decline, and so on. Also, once the corroboree frog becomes extinct, the population of the insects that it feeds on will rise, leading to the decline in the organisms they feed on. The main reason the corroboree frog is under threat is because of the amphibian citrid fungus. The amphibian citrid fungus affects the frogs because it gives them the disease citromycosis. This disease is highly infectious and has spread across Australia. It affects the frog's skin by making it difficult or completely stopping the frog's ability to breathe through its skin, therefore killing it. This disease has affected 30% of amphibian species worldwide. The second reason for the corroboree frog's decline is climate change. As the frogs live in alpine areas, they are more affected by the climate change. Climate change is creating warmer weather, which the frog is not used to, as well as increasing the amount of water in the area through the rain and melting snow. This affects their breeding pools and kills the plants that they rely on. In summer, the droughts caused by global warming dry up the pools and the breeding kills the tadpoles and eggs. My third reason is because of the destruction of the habitat they live in. The creation of new ski resorts in the area, as well as new roads and paths being built as the snow becomes more and more popular, has led to the destruction of the frog's habitat. Taronga Zoo and Melbourne Zoo have been doing a great deal of help to help the corroboree frog. They have been working with many institutions, including the Department of Environment, and have been successfully reproducing corroboree frogs in the zoo and then releasing them back into the wild. There has also been a huge amount of research work worldwide to find a cure to the solution of the schistosomiycosis disease, which will eliminate the frog's greatest threat in the wild, allowing the population to increase and thrive once again. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.